Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having the most amazing, beautiful day. Good morning, Miss Rivera. Good morning, Joshua. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, y'all. We are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life. My name is Yamitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? I like that rhymes. So I hope you're ready to get this day started. Please make sure you share the show because sharing is caring. Don't forget, we have the YouTube channel. You can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. Don't forget, we have the podcast on iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Pandora, honey, everywhere podcasts are found. Whether you have an Android or Apple, we're there. So check that out. We have 7 books. I have a multitude of classes. I have a whole movie, and they don't do any of that. Tell them I said it's a most amazing day to be alive. Thank you, Joshua. Appreciate it. I forgot what it was like to sling these. You know, as a little kid, you used to wear it with a girl. We used to have these beads in our hair and sling them. Good morning, Tammy. Good morning. Good morning. And how do you do? All right. So yesterday, y'all, my computer refuses to let me be great. So yesterday we talked about being worthy of the task to unveil the truth to ourselves, and that we are becoming more of who we are. I really enjoyed yesterday's show. Really, really, really. So please make sure you go back and watch that. So today, let's get right into the quote of the day. The quote of the day is by JoJo. In order to love who you are, you can't hate the experiences you've gone through. In order to love who you are, you cannot hate the experiences that you have gone through. And that's by JoJo. And I think that is extremely important simply because if you begin to hate, good morning, Cousin Carl. If you begin to hate who and what you are and why you are and the things that you went through, there's going to be difficulty in continuing to go through them. Because that's going to be the thing that holds you back. That's going to be the very thing that makes you say, I can't make that decision because of all of these problems. I can't do that because of all of this. And that's not how it works. That's not how it works. So that's the quote of the day. Grand Rising, Miss Williams. So in order to love who you are, you can't hate the experiences you've gone through. You have to appreciate them because you went through them to get you to a mindset of where you are. Now, you may not necessarily like it, but you can't hate it. Because if you begin to hate it, friend, it will become the stumbling block for the next thing that you need to do. So like we talked about yesterday, you won't have confidence in yourself and you will begin to seek out other people to help justify why you need to make this decision. Like if you hate your experiences of what you've been through and you haven't forgiven yourself, when you go to make a decision, you will seek wise counsel from every and anybody who may or may not be wise so that they can validate your decision-making ability. And when you do that, you will make a decision based on what other people think, not on what you know. Good morning, Miss Lowry. How you doing? So don't hate what you've been through. Don't hate your experience. It has given you knowledge, strength, wisdom, and courage. I don't know why that song is just stuck with me this week. It has given you that much to make the next sound decision. If you begin to look for outside sources to say this is how I should make my decision. I'm going to make my decision based on what he said. Now, what happens is once you make that decision based on what other people have said, when it does not go the way you think it should go, you're going to blame them. Not only are you going to blame them, you're going to get mad and be like, I knew, that's why people ain't right. And then you will have a whole concert of things of why you hate people and why things didn't work when it was simply you not trusting your decision-making ability. Thank you, Miss Amber. Listen, I got to shake my beads. Good morning, Mama. So in order to love who you are, you cannot hate the experiences you've been through. And that's by JoJo Waddell from North Carolina. Honey, you are capable. Go back and watch yesterday's show. You are worthy to unveil the truth of yourself. Okay? You can do it. I have faith in you. Which brings us, and all of this, and sometimes these themes, and if y'all are interested in seeing like the behind the scenes, how I come up with the thought of the day, truly, it usually hits me in the morning, or it's something I'm reading that, and in your quiet time, your thoughts are immaculately. You are brilliant. And when you allow those thoughts to come. So if y'all interested, like in behind the scenes, how I get ready for the morning show, let me know. And I'll start sharing some of that stuff with you. Sometimes it has a theme. And this week, it just happened to be strength, wisdom, and courage. And that was the song I woke up to. And it's been with me all week long. So let's bring this all together for the week with conflict resolution. Okay. That's our thought of the day. And so yesterday we talked about we are just becoming more of who we are. We have talked about validating ourselves. We've done all the things this week, strength, wisdom, and courage, right? But we need to deal with conflict resolution and why that is important to us. Now, it is important to us, excuse me, it is absolutely important to us because let's first define conflict, right? If you have a conflict, let me start with intentions. So you always have two intentions for positive or for negative. You're going to do it or you ain't. One of the two, right? So if you have conflicting intentions, you will be torn between the two. But both of these intentions will be moving and working against each other at the same time. Insert, I want to be positive, but negativity keeps showing up. And I'm trying to push both positive and negative at the same time. Both of them are moving. Whichever intention is strongest will be the one that will win. Now, if my intentions are to stay the same and never change, then and somebody introduces a thought that says, maybe you should look at this or think about this. Now you got two intentions. But if your intent is to stay the same, even though you're listening to this, the dominant thought is going to win. Whichever one you desire the most is what's going to happen. So if you desire change the most, that's what's going to happen. If you assume you can't because you're afraid, that's going to win. Absolutely, Miss Lowry. And when you have two intentions going, it causes confusion. Unstable mind. In the Bible, what that say? A double-minded man is unstable. It's because there's two intentions going forward. Whatever you think, whatever you say becomes. What you see before you is what you thought last week, last month, last year. Those books on the shelves, I thought about writing them years ago. I thought them, I wrote them, there they are. The clothes you're wearing, the food you're about to eat, the job you're going to. You thought it was your intent. It was the strongest one, and that's what won. It will cause confusion if you have two strong intentions and they're both fighting for each other. Now, if both of these intentions are strong, it will result in mental and physical illness. That is a scientific fact. Now, if it is going to result in mental and physical illness, i.e. anxiety, weight gain, shoulder pain, back pain, leg pain, if it results in that, At some point, you have to decide which one is going to win. They cannot reside in the same place. If we are not willing to acknowledge that we have two different thoughts going on at the same time, and if we assume that we can hold them both at the same time, we are creating a stressful situation inside of ourselves. Absolutely, Joshua. This friend becomes your personality. This becomes your personality. When you have two intentions, both of them are strong, you can't decide, so both of them show up inside of you and present you to the world, it becomes your personality. It becomes what you are known for. Your words and your character will speak before you open up your mouth. Your actions will make a lie out of your words every day of the week. So this is why you may meet people who say, oh, but I don't want to do this no more. I'm trying. But their actions make a lie out of them every day. It is because their intent to stay the same is stronger than their intent to change. So if we got to have a conflict resolution, when you do conflict resolution inside of corporate America, wherever, honey, you have a meeting of the minds. You have a meeting of the minds. And if you want to understand your stress, you've got to begin to realize that you are carrying around a preconceived notion of how things should operate. That is causing you stress. So when I think about how I should be abundantly blessed, my stress comes in when I have a preconceived idea of how I want it to happen. You're stressed when you're looking for that career change or that new relationship, when you assume it has got to work this way. So we are automatically setting ourselves up for failure, okay? You have automatically set yourself up for failure because you have a preconceived idea on how you can and cannot receive this thing that you're asking for. So in conflict resolution, we have a meeting of the minds. There are two of you inside of you. There's the you that you present to the world. That is the you, that's JoJo that's talking right now. The other you, and y'all know this exercise, read this word without moving your mouth. Just say this word to yourself, right? What is the name of this product? And if you said that word and you did not open up your mouth, but you heard a voice, that is the other you sitting there. Y'all two need to have a meeting. And when y'all two have a meeting, and one of you, whichever one is the dominant one, yourself, is going to rule that thing. So you have the option now to say this. In Confessions and Conversations, I can articulate this so much better now. In the beginning, I didn't know how. But when I decided I was no longer going to allow my ex-abuser to control what I said, thought, or did, or acted, and or lived in life, I had to have a meeting with myself. I had to do conflict resolution that said, JoJo, this is stressing us out. This is overwhelming. Do you want to be free? Yes or no? And we've got to break this down, okay, into simple steps. We got to make this so easy. Do you want to be free? Yes or no? Yes. Are you willing to do whatever it takes? Abso-freaking-lutely. Great. Now, the next step is to let go of this thing. It is in the letting go that the freedom comes. Some of us, let's be clear, we don't want to let go because we want them to hurt like they hurt us. It will never happen. You are seeking self-validation. They ain't ever going to say nothing to make you feel better about what they did, said, or did not do. There's nothing they're going to do to make you feel like they should have loved you like you loved them. The playing field ain't equal. You looking for it to be. You seeking self-validation is going to keep you in a circle of chaos and crazy. It's going to keep you being double-minded. It's going to keep you with two conflicting intentions. It's going to keep you mentally and physically strained. And you're not understanding why. One question. Do you want to be free of this thing? Yes or no? Yes. You've got to let this thing go. Without the validation, that you think you need. That, my friend, is the first step to taking your power back for yourself. Because right now you assume you're powerless, right? You assume you have no power because you're so focused on making them feel what you felt. You're still giving them all your power. Your power comes back to you when you say, I let that go. I choose this intention, and this is the one I'm going to focus on. Now this one becomes the dominant one, and two opposing thoughts cannot live together in the same space. So if I'm deciding I'm going to be positive Patty, I've got to let negative Nellie go. Now she may go kicking and screaming, but if I'm dominant and more stronger than her, I'm going to win. So to have the conflict resolution, you got to ask yourself 2 questions. Do you want to be free of this thing? Yes or no? That's a simple question. Don't him and haw, as my daddy say. Yes or no, and you know that answer. Listen to that voice that talks to you. Yes, I do. The next step is let go of any preconceived idea of what you assume it should look like. And friend, what you will find is your preconceived ideas and notions of how things should go took up so much space. That's why you could never figure anything. That's why at least Joe could ever figure anything out. Because how I thought it should happen and me focusing on it happening that way, it left me blind to what was really going on. And again, let's go back to Monday. My miracles was bumping up against me, but I couldn't see it because I was so focused on it coming to me and me operating in this way. Square it up. Yeah, I'm really making a square up exercise notebook. Square it up mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially. Oh, good morning, Miss Robinson. Thank you. Square that up this morning. Miss Robinson is my third grade. Is it third grade? She's one of my teachers. She's one of my teachers at Dunbar Elementary. Square that up this morning. Mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. Okay? Conflict resolution. We're doing conflict resolution today. It requires 2 questions. Now, when we get to the answer to those 2 questions, everything else is easy. I don't want us to make this difficult. Everything else is easy after that point. Because now I have a clear thought, a clear intention, a clear decision, and I'm not trying to figure out which one is going to win. Good morning, Miss Lowe. I'm not trying to figure out which one is going to win. Right now, I can guarantee that if you're stressed about anything, whether it is a bill, it is your friend, your boo thing, your relationship, your religion, if you're confused about anything, it is simply because you have 2 conflicting thoughts going on at the same time. I really want to do this, but your negative is saying you can't. I think I can. And listen, I majored in English, and I don't like when we change the English language. You didn't even try to can, you went straight to can't. You didn't try to do, you went straight to don't. You didn't try to could, you went straight to could not, would not, should not. You contracted, cut up the word to make it a negative when it started out in the affirmative. You started out with, yes, I can do this, but then you added the not on the end of it. You added the but. That's not fair to you. Insert more conflict. Insert more stress. Yes, Margaret, get the but out of the conversation. Now, if you're not willing to acknowledge that you have 2 different opposing thoughts, positive and negative, your stress is going to continue. It looks like, I don't know what to do about this relationship. Good morning, Miss Haygood. How you doing? I don't know what to do about this relationship. Honey, this man over here, I don't know whether I should go or stay. Don't allow religion to put you in a box that you hate. So then you end up hating your religion. You end up hating your systematic system of how to think and be inside of relationships. Religion gives you something to do. Spirituality gives you something to be. We don't want to work in religion. I want to be it. I ain't got to go seek a relationship with the Creator. I am it. If I was made in his image, that means he's in me. I am already the relationship. Go back to yesterday. I'm just becoming more of who I am. The Creator. Greatness on display. Come on, Miss Rivera. Because I have told this story, friend. I don't know what to do with this man. Now, listen, JoJo, he's a good man now. Now, listen. He's a good man. And I'm going to at least myself to death. At least he ain't do this. And you know what? At least he ain't do that. And I can work with that. Come on, Betty White. A piece of man is better than no man at all. That's a lie. Who tells us these things that we believe? When are we going to start asking questions? That's why you stressed out, because you have two conflicting thoughts. The inside you that said this word without opening up your mouth, that person that just said that word knows better than you talking. And you need to listen to that person. That is the Creator inside of you giving you the answer that you said you wanted. You over talking it to say, maybe that's not for me. So now we got conflict going on and we have two strong intentions. Which one about to win? So now you're fighting you against you. Tammy, it's a whole lie and the truth ain't in it, honey. And from hell you will lift up your eyes if you keep holding on to it. Listen, friend. Ultimately, in conflict resolution, it comes to two things. Do you want to be free of this process, this thought process, this thing? Yes or no? So square it up: mental, emotionally, physically, financially. If you want to be free of that thing, whatever it is, list out those things. What do you want to be? What are you not free from? Flip it over. If you could be free, what would it look like? What would it look like? Yes, I want to be free from this thing, or I don't know. If you say I don't know, that means the answer is there. You're not willing to look at it yet. That's all that means. And when JoJo said, I don't know because it's hard, it meant I was not ready to look at the answer to get to my conflict resolution. My inner self was fighting against me. I'm at war with myself. And if I am constantly at war with myself, guess what happens? It becomes not only my personality, I become the angry Black woman. I become the difficult person. I become the person that can't understand anything, or I can't do this. And it's simply because I have inner conflict and I'm not choosing to go through the process of conflict resolution. So whether it's a man, a boy, girl, friend, foe, boo, side piece, finances, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, whatever it is, you cannot have two strong intentions at the same time. You are double-minded. You are the house that cannot stand. If you're a God's girl, I'm going to give you some scriptures up in there. So if that works for you, pick that out. Honey, it ain't the physical house. You are the house. Didn't he say we are the temple? We represent him. The temple is the house. Is it right? That's why it can't stand. That's why we're having difficulties. That's why we can't make up our mind. 1 minute you like it, 1 minute you don't. Absolutely, Miss Margaret. I'm not. I refuse. You not fixing to give me something I ain't agreeing to. All North Carolina country right there. I'm not fixing to. I need somebody to make me that shirt. I'm not fixing to do that. So if you're not willing to acknowledge that you have two different thoughts, a positive and a negative, going on at the same time, you're going to stress yourself out, okay? You will have high blood pressure. I guarantee that. That is a promise. That's medical facts. I've been in the healthcare industry for 23 years, have a whole master's degree, PhD. Double-mindedness will result in high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, cancer, stomach problems, back pains. It will result in that. The minute you alleviate your double-minded thought, the minute you become clear and you decide conflict resolution is the only way to go, let me resolve this inner conflict because it ain't involving nobody else in this world. Because what is clear, you can't change the people around you, but you can change the people around you. I could not change my ex-abuser. Could not. But I could change my ex-abuser, meaning he could not stay where I am. Insert, I cannot go and you cannot come. So whichever intention is stronger, friend, is the one that's going to win. If your intentions stays the same, whichever you desire the most is what's going to happen. This, if you don't understand that, you will be confused at all points. Today, I guarantee you're going to run into somebody who is going to be this way. They don't know what they want. And if you don't run into them today, you already know them. And it could be you. If you sat down today to say, well, now tell me again what it is that I want. Do I want to be free of this thing? Yes or no? Yes. Great. Check. Now let go of you wanting to fix it, validate it coming the way you want it. Do you agree to let that mind concept go? Completely go. Yes. Now, friend, the resolution part has started. Now the healing part has started. Because you've been in conflict for so long. You've done so much damage. You got to heal from that thought process. So as you switch and you bridge over to another one, you begin the healing process. You cannot go backwards. What was the quote from Tuesday? I am the only one who holds the pen to my story. I am present in every moment. The beginning begins now. It begins now. What are you about to write? So if you have two intentions, whichever one is the strongest, and if you want to understand what stress is, I need you to realize that it's because you are carrying around a preconceived notion of how things should be and how you assume that the conflict could be resolved. Some of us, and I'm going to raise both hands, can tell people how they should fix their problem. Snippity snip. Girl, I can tell you how to fix that problem. But when it comes to yourself, you ain't got no idea how to fix that problem. Your girlfriends come to you and be like, girl, tell me what to do. And honey, you can break it down, honey boo. Leave that man, first of all. Second of all, quit that job. Third, you need to move. Four, you need some new friends. Honey, you don't need to go to that church no more. That pastor crazy. You can tell them all the things, but when it comes to you, you don't know. And that is you trying to play yourself as if you have no knowledge of self. You are very knowledge of who you are. You know yourself. You know the answer. You're just not willing to deal with it yet. Good morning, D. Good morning. So on this absolutely most amazing day, the quote of the day, in order to love who you are, you can't hate the experiences you've gone through. And that's by JoJo Waddell. That's me. You cannot hate what you've been through. That will also cause conflict. And today we're in the conflict resolution. We're in mediation. So if I am and we talked about this maybe 3-4 months ago, you are both the judge, the jury. You have sentenced yourself to life in prison. You have locked yourself up. Honey, you put your key to your freedom in your pocket every day and insist that you cannot be free. Today is your appeal day. You get to appeal that thought process to say, I don't like what I've sentenced myself to. Let me try something else. Let me try another way. So if you're in confusion at any point today about whatever it is that you're thinking and wanting to do, know that this is the time to have a meeting of the minds for conflict resolution. If you have conflicting intentions, you're going to be torn. You ain't going to know what to do. But both of these intentions are still moving. They're moving trains. Your intentions or your thoughts, what do you intend to do today about whatever it is? They are both moving forward, and they are both working against each other. You are the house that is divided. They cannot stand. That is you falling. If you don't give your words and your breath direction every morning, that is you falling over yourself every day. Okay? You tripping over the same problem. You meeting and marrying the same person. You having the same problem at every job, and you, my friend, are the common denominator. That's why I say self-care is gangster, because you got to be real about getting down to the answer of this thing. So if I want change, I need to look at my intentions. Whichever intention is the strongest is the change that will come. If I'm not sure which intention is the strongest or which one I want to win, I will be confused. There will be stress. There will be strife. There will be anxiety. There will be depression. There will be sadness. There will be mental and physical illness, because both of my intentions are strong. You know what we learned in boxing class, and my boxing coach taught me this after he hit me in the nose. Somebody has got to win the fight, JoJo. Somebody has got to be the aggressor, meaning somebody has got to advance on the opponent to let them know I'm fixing to win this thing. Now, you can be nice about it and say, no, you hit me first. And then when you hit me, I'm going to hit you back. You can go tit for tat. But when are you going to decide that you're going to win this match? When are you going to be the aggressor? And who is fixing to win? What intention is going to win? If they keep going back and forth, you're going to be in that ring forever. It's going to be a tie, and you're going to keep fighting the same opponent, and you're going to keep fighting the same fight. Who fixing to win? Which intention is going to win? They're both strong, and they're both moving, and they're both fighting against each other to say who is fixing to win. The first thing they teach you in boxing is keep them hands up. Be ready at all times. Now, whatever combination you come out with, friend, you come out with. But somebody's got to win this thing. You are fighting the old you with the new you. I have a whole class called The New Rules to the New You. And we talk about how to develop those new rules, how we allow people to honor our new rules, and how we establish them for ourselves. So acknowledge that you have two different thoughts, positive and negative. That's what's causing the stress. It ain't no, you may have outside influences, but you are the decision maker. You are the end all that be all. And if you want to understand stress, I want you to begin by realizing that you care. That's because you're carrying around a preconceived notion of how things should be. 2 simple questions for conflict resolution. Do you want to be free of this thing? Yes or no? Is this thought serving you? By you thinking this thought every day, are you getting the result that you wanted? If the answer is yes, by all means. What is clear, some people love chaos and crazy. They don't know how to operate any other way. They don't know how not to operate in deficit. They don't know what it means to live in abundance, be greatness on display. They don't know what it's like to be a king's kid, to live in the kingdom. So they don't know how to exercise their rights. They only know struggle and strife. You have to decide which one you're going to acknowledge. And if you don't, you will be confused. It will become your personality. It will become your lifestyle. It will become your character. It will become what you are known for. So on this lovely day, if you want to be free, yes or no, simply pick one. Now that you know that you don't want to do that again, are you willing to let everything attached to it go? Your self-validation. Oh, they need to respect me. Oh, they need to do this. They owe me. Let all of that fall to the wayside. That will be the hardest thing you will ever have to do in life. Because listen, JoJo ain't always been nice and friendly. I wanted my ex-abuser to get got right then. And I wanted to be the one to get him got. I wasn't checking for Christian. I wasn't checking for pray for him. I wasn't checking for none of that. I wanted him to hurt like I hurt. JoJo, do you want to be free of this thought? Of this? Yes. Let go of that. That's where the hard work come in. Let go of that part. But when you let go of it, the room that you have to receive more than your previous share of abundance now is available. You can't receive the blessing, the abundance, and all the things that you want because you have two intentions going that are very strong. One of them, somebody got to win the fight. Which one, the positive or the negative, which one's going to win? So square that up today. Mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, who fixing to win this thing? Do you want to be free? Yes or no? And if you do not accept that you have a conflict going on in the inside and that what is resulting in your current reality is absolutely the thought that you want to win. That's hard to accept. JoJo, you mean to tell me I want to live in lack? That seems to be the strongest thought. Your actions make a lie out of your words. I can't say I want to be the only live past crazy specialist and I live in crazy. My actions make a lie out of my words. So you mean to tell me I want to take this less paying job? You have two intentions. Whichever one is the strongest one is going to win. That's all. I'm simply stating facts. Because reality is what it is. So on this lovely day, it has been the most amazing week, y'all. I think this is one of my favorite weeks of the whole 4 years. Like this week has been amazing. I went back and watched all the shows myself this week, starting with Monday. And we talked about those miracles, honey, bumping up against you and how you receive that. And you are worthy, honey, to absolutely unveil the truth for yourself. You are worthy of that task, meaning you can do it. You are worthy of absolutely all things. So on this lovely day, I want you to have the most amazing day ever. And as we started the week with strength, wisdom, and courage, right? This chapter of my life, where I am the one who holds the pen, I write the story as I go, being completely immersed in each and every single moment. I live in the present moment. You hold the pen, which brings us to the quote for today. In order to love who you are, you can't hate the experiences you've gone through. You cannot. Forgive yourself. Let go of the things that you could not change. Focus on what is my next intention. What is my next intention for the next thing that I want to do? Which one is going to win? Positive or negative? Team abundance or team lack? And if you don't make a decision, you just made one. By default, you're on team lack. It don't make you any better. It doesn't make team abundance any worse. It simply means that's the team that you chose. That's up to you. So on this lovely day, what is for me is entering my life. I let go of what requires me to force and stress. I put my energy into things that feel right. That was the quote from yesterday. Good morning. Thank you, Miss Larry, for sharing. I appreciate you. So on this great day, I hope you have the most amazing day ever. I want you to be peaceful, period, because there's absolutely nothing after that. You want to say good morning? If you share the show, please tag me so I can properly tell you thank you. This is my twin.
Finally, you admit it.
I admit it. She's my twin. So on this most amazing day, right? I want you to deal with the conflict resolution. Miss Tammy said, good morning, Rosie.
Good morning.
Start with that inner conflict, okay? Joshua said, hey, Rosie. In order to love who you are, you cannot hate the experiences you've gone through. So please make sure you share the show. If you share properly, tag me so I can tell you thank you. I appreciate you for showing up for the Fearless Morning Show every single day. You could have been doing anything else. And I really, really appreciate you guys hanging in there. If you would like a copy of the Fearless Morning Show notebook where you can take your own notes, there's that. Now, if you would like my personal notes from 2020, where my talking points for the morning show, let me know. I'm almost finished with that. Don't forget the Sister Rise Retreat is coming up in October. Come on, Joshua, honey. It's all about that growth process, friend. I'm here for all the things. Sister Rise Retreat is coming up in October. Let me stick it over here for you guys. As well as the notebook. You can grab a copy of that. I appreciate you hanging out with me on this most amazing day. I hope this has helped somebody today. If it has, please let me know. Honey, if it didn't help you, leave it for somebody else. Leave it for somebody else. Take what you need and work with that. So on this most amazing day, I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you are peaceful, period. Miss Hey Good, and I'm pronouncing your name right. I just posted the link for the notebook. Let me do it. Thank you so. I appreciate you. That's the link for the notebook. It is digital. If you want a printed copy, I'm working on that. But it will have and you get, once you order it, you get a free copy of my March notes. Okay, so you'll get my personal notes from March. But I am working on compiling all of 2020 so that you can have them. My only thing is that I ask is that you give credit where credit is due. Okay. Y'all have the most amazing day. Have the best weekend ever. Okay. That's what I want for you. Journals go out this morning. There was a perfect opportunity for me to go shopping for more journals yesterday because I wanted them to fit everybody's personality. So journals will be going, the ones I gave away yesterday, they will be going out today. So hope you have a great day. And Saturday, tomorrow, we will do the Saturday edition of the Fearless Morning Show where we recap the week. So we will do that on Saturday. So I hope you have a great day. And I will see you guys here bright and early tomorrow. Now, tomorrow it will be 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Y'all, tomorrow, I forgot. I'm speaking at the Queen's Roundtable tomorrow. So if you don't have, and that is a free event. If you go to my page, you can see the information. But I'm the keynote speaker for the Queen's Roundtable tomorrow. And we're going to talk about more conflict resolutions and business and all the things. So catch me tomorrow at 1 o'clock at the Queen's Roundtable. I will be posting that link so that you can get your ticket. Bring a friend. It will also be live inside the Facebook group as well as other social media networks. So there you have it. I knew it was something I'm forgetting. In August, I will be in Tampa. Miss Rivera already has her ticket, so thank you. And I'm thinking about doing like a meet and greet in Tampa while I'm there. If you're interested in that, let me know. I'll come a couple of days early and maybe we can do a meet and greet or hang out for a little while. All right, that's all the church announcements for today. All right, guys, have a good weekend, and I'll see you here bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good one.